hello, Jamal. It says, do you think we will get what we need, guaranteeing everyone's income by compromising? Obviously, we won't. The tricky issue is just that the Congress that we have right now is conservative, and compromise or no compromise, things are really, really tough right now. Because even in the House, we have a lot of conservative Democrats. Democrats that fight against immigrant provisions, Democrats that would rather do tax cuts instead of all-out help. And so, you know, these are the issues these are very real issues that we have to contend with. And how we navigate power when we don't yet have it is a very real thing. And so what do we do in that situation? And so unfortunately, kind of what I'm stuck between is that there's this, you know, the center of gravity. The risk is that if you vote down this bill, it will get even more conservative. And so the question is, do you support the bill with really huge progressive gains in it, although we know it's not enough? Or do we risk voting it down and letting it be more conservative than it already is? And so, you know, that doesn't feel good. It's days like these that are really tough for me and can be very discouraging. But at the same time, we also have to realize suspension of student loan payments for an entire year buys us a lot of time to help us get student loan forgiveness. That buys us a year to help us lobby for student loan forgiveness. Including ITINs, as many of you know, is so huge for immigrants and American citizens who love immigrants, are married to immigrants. All of them, citizens and non-citizens, were excluded from the last stimulus payments. These are people who are taxpayers. They're super huge. For my district, which is half immigrant, it's super, super huge. So, you know, what would you do in this situation? Would you vote yes and try to lock in gains? Or would you vote no and risk losing those gains? Because right now what we have is, you know, I am not risk averse. But right now, I just think the way the board might be stacked is that there's a very real possibility that this goes into a more conservative direction. So those are the things you really have to weigh as a legislator, right? And so you kind of, I'm explaining this all to you all so you can kind of put yourself in the position as a member of Congress, right? Like, what would you do? Obviously, my position overall is Medicare for all. I think we need to expand Medicare, guarantee healthcare in the United States. My vote is up right now, so I have to hop inside. I've got about 10 minutes to vote. But it's something for everyone to kind of talk about. It's something to really think about. These are the real decisions that we as legislators have to make every day. This bill has toxic things in it, in my opinion. Originally, they had bailouts for dark money and lobbyist groups, which is disgusting. And what we had to do was that we had to claw back some of those provisions. So we were able to claw back the bailouts for C4s, which are dark money groups. There are still some funding for lobbyists in there. But at the same time, you know where there's a lot more money? State and local funding. And New York City right now we have enough funding for sure to make it through May, but there's so much moving forward, and I'm about to go vote, but there's so much that we don't know moving forward, that we really need, we need to get this money to our state in time. People are dying. So anyways, about to hop in. I'll keep up on my stories. You guys can see developments. See ya. Thank you. Love you back.
I know you hating on me just cause you like my style. You know you hating on me, you know you like my style. I know you like my style, you know you like my style. Come through like missiles out the clouds. When I'm rolling by your house, you won't even hear your TV from your couch. I'm done with balling, my name in the Hall of Fame. While you playing, I'm in the sky bar, coaching, changing the game. Floating like the globe, gone like the 80s, till I'm back like the X's. I can't tell you why.